that wasn't as high as this.
Yeah.
I mean, go for it if you want to walk it. Don't let fear stop you.
Maybe. I'll just press the button. Oh.
Some mate's going to talk to us.
Yeah.
Hello, Mr. Rigger.
Oh, this is going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Darling, and start drilling.
Right, see ya. We've got the interactive displays on the wall. Here's old Mom Missus.
Oi! Help me strip this part, would you?
No, I'm busy. Oh, good morning, campers. Alright, so last time we left you, where were we? Cobar.
Over. Yep.
Cobar. So we've made the merry trip up to Bourke. We've actually been here a couple of days already. We've just been a bit slack behind the camera.
Been very lazy.
Anyway, so we've picked up ourselves a nice free camp right on the Darling River. We're literally there, and truck and the caravan are just here. We're right on the bank. Awesome little spot. So we've just been chilling out the last couple of days. We're about to drop into town. Now, a couple of things I will say is if you're coming into town for a coffee, make sure you get there before 3 o'clock because everything seems to shut at 3 o'clock.
We desperately needed a coffee.
We wanted a coffee. It was late in the afternoon. It had just gone 3 o'clock. The last place we could find to get a coffee was the information centre, which has a cafe, and she said, I've just turned the coffee machine off. So by 3 o'clock, if you're looking for a decent coffee, get here before then.
Yep.
Apart from that, we'll have a look at Bourke and we'll see what's there when we get into town. There is a couple of things we'll have a look at.
Yep.
And we'll see you in town.
Okay.
So, popped down here on the way into town and having a look at the historic Bourke North Bridge. Obviously an old lift bridge. Obviously when the waters are much higher, the pulleys and that lift the road up and allow the boats to go under. Although at the moment, I don't think you'd have a problem driving the Titanic under there. Yeah, just a couple of little spots. Darling's a pretty place. So we've come out to where are we? The Bourke Cemetery, and of course out here is the Fred Hollows grave. It's the right up board for that. Of course, Fred Hollows foundation going on in his honour of repairing eyesight to those that need it. So it's a bit of a ride up on why he's buried here. So Fred's grave is encircled by boulders from nearby Mount Oxley. They are laid out in the shape of an eye. Local Indigenous artists, international sculptors and Bourke residents carved the stone memorial at the western end of the site. The plaque reads, Fred Hollows, eye doctor. The key he used to undo locks was vision for the poor. A line from a poem written by Bruce Walker. So we'll come around and have a look at that now. There's quite a few sculptures around here for different reasons. But this is the Fred Hollows one. (1929 to 1993). I normally don't do this kind of touristy thing, but it's one of those things I suppose you have to have a look at when you're in a town. And a very fitting memorial, obviously, like I said, you know, in the shape of an eye, and have you. This is obviously supposed to be the part of an iris. There is a rock or a round border. Goes right up and around, so the actual eye itself, then the white circle inside, and then your black pupil. And there's another, there we go, there's another Hires memorial here, which reads, in loving memory of Colin Joseph Hires and loving wife Rosina Hires, brother of Fred Hires. So family history here in Bourke obviously stems a long way. I don't do a lot of research into these things. I think people will do that as they seem fit to do it. So there's the plaque, the sculpture that was taken from the rocks. Very fitting. You get a better picture of the circle of the eye if we had a drone, but that's coming eventually. So Claire's just on the other side of the board here, reading on something. We'll have a look. What you reading?
That is life.
More about Fred's dream. I was just saying there's another grave there, which is Fred's brother and sister-in-law.
Yeah.
So Fred was passionate about carpentry, made furniture.
Fitness fanatic.
Yeah, a bit of a fitness freak,
Love poetry.
as we saw by the poet, the poetry on the other side.
They took Bible study.
He wanted to become a minister. There you go, 1971, Fred visited Bourke for the first time. He helped set up the first Aboriginal medical service in Redfern. So this is a timeline of his life. He wasn't Australian.
No.
So he's moved to Australia in 1965. He was an associate professor of ophthalmology at the University of New South Wales and worked passionately in the eye clinic at the Prince of Wales until he died. There you go, in 1985. Fred turned down an Order of Australia medal because he thought he was outraged at the state of Aboriginal health. (1990) named Australian of the Year. So there we go. So he actually wasn't, so I don't know where it says he was born. I'll find out that somewhere. Interesting. I'll have to read it up on the internet somewhere because it doesn't actually say here anywhere where he was actually born. So that's what we've got on there anyway, and we'll see you at the next stop. So Bourke, what do you think?
No comment.
interesting. There's a couple of things to see there, not a lot. Just depends on what you're into. We did go and have a look at the Fred Hollows. Oh, get knocked over by the dog. I'll fix you in a minute, dog. So we get where Buff. Hemi. This one. This is Hemi. She's our blue heeler. She's just turned 8. Oh, she's 8.
She's a brick.
Anyway, she's
Show
just a blob.
Show them where Holly is.
Oh, Holly. This is our Kelpie. And she's a water baby. I'll show you where she's hiding. Right there. She will actually stand there in the water all day. Crazy little dog. She's 4. Looks like a puppy, acts like a puppy, but she's only 4. Aren't you? What? But yeah, she'll stand there in the water like that all day, particularly while we've got the fishing rods out. Anyways. Back to where we were. See if I can get knocked over by the dog again. So, don't want to see that.
Oh.
I'll have to edit that out. There we go. That's a bit better. Yeah, look.
The bakery is beautiful.
We'll come back to that in a minute. Look, towns for us are different probably for everybody else. For us, we love our free camping. We're hoping to free camp around this country as much as we can while we're out here and fish different rivers and do different things.
Oh, they're coming to get us.
And there's a helicopter flying around up there. But, the towns. Wilcannia, for us, there wasn't a lot there. Had an okay mum and dad cafe. We've got something to eat there and a cup of coffee. It wasn't too bad. But in the town itself, there wasn't a lot for us. And it's the same here as Bourke. Look, you got your Fred Hollows Memorial. Went out and had a look at that.
That was interesting.
It was interesting. And I did find out he's from New Zealand. So I'm sure I'm going to get a lot of people commenting on that going, oh, he's from New Zealand. Yeah, well, I found that out. So technically he's an Aussie anyway. That's what we call New Zealanders over here. The town, you've got your mural art on the silo there for the first Indigenous person to win gold at the Commonwealth Games in the high jump, I think it was. We didn't go out and have a look at that. The old wharf, we passed there. Well, it's not an old wharf anymore. It's all been restored and there's not much there. And just in the town, there's just nothing. There's not a lot of people moving around. It's Saturday.
Information centre's busy.
Tourist information centre is probably about the busiest thing we saw there. And there's probably maybe 20 people.
Oh, more than that.
No, I don't think there was many more.
There's a birthday
Somebody was
party.
having a birthday party out there. But there's not a lot in these towns. I don't understand. I watch a lot of YouTube. People go through towns and all that, and they rave on about this and rave on about that. They go and eat at all these places. They stay at caravan parks. And for us, that's not it. For us, it's where we are now, on the banks of the Darling. That's it for us. We love it. When we're in towns, I like to try a different bakery. I like a pie. We're having pie for tea tonight. We're having a family pie we picked up from Coles a couple of towns back.
No, from Coles.
Or Safeways.
Oh,
no, it's like a Ferguson's Players or something like that. Anyways, but we thought, we'll stop at the bakery, grab a pie, grab a coffee. And I looked on Google and it says, bakery's open from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Saturday, and it's closed on Sundays. Today's Saturday, it's fine. 1:45. Bakery's shut. Doesn't even look like it's been open. I know it's out of tourist time, but with the amount of grey nomads and that are on the road, and we passed, there's quite a few of them in town here at the moment. I'm sure there's a few on the caravan park as well. I would have thought there's just more stuff in these towns that would attract tourists to stay a little bit longer, have the bakery open, you know, all that kind of stuff. But anyway, like I said, we don't do a lot of pub meals. We haven't done any away from home cooking. Everything we've eaten since we left home 3.5 weeks ago, we've cooked in the van up there. Apart from, like I said, a couple of pie stops we've stopped at, or a cafe once in a blue moon. But for us, that's what, out here, old bones are groaning. We're right on the edge of the Darling River. We're out at Mays Bend, about 10 k's out of town. Ripper little place. Right, massive straight stretch of the Darling. And there's no one around. Where we are, anyway. I know back on the main point of Mays Bend, it's probably half a dozen or more campers. We're about a k across from there. Another little spot. It's part of Mays Bend campground, but just a little spot on our own here. And it just gives us the freedom to, you know, have the dogs off the lead, and so they're not annoying anybody. They won't hurt anyone, they don't bite or anything. It just gives them a little bit of freedom as well, instead of being chained up all the time. And we can keep an eye on them. Here come the dogs. Hey, Buff. I call it Buff. You just looks like a big buff head, don't you? Hey, Daddy's big buff head. Yes. You're hogging the camera. You're going to bowl me over again. So, yeah. Talk to you soon. Okay, guys, I'm going to show you something. Obviously, when you're off-grid camping, fresh water's limited, especially your drinking water. Unless you got, I don't know, 600 litres or more of water. So we've been off-grid a couple of days. We're going to have, I'm not going to show you, but we're setting up our camp shower.
Take it off!
Take it off, Claire's yelling out. And this is what we've got. So obviously got Darling River there. I've got 25 litres of water on the boil out of the river. I've got one of those Jolka hot water services, which the hot water service itself sitting inside. I can hook that up to a gas bottle and use that, but I'm just going to boil up those few pots. Got a bucket I can stand in at the bottom where the bottom of the pump sits in and picks up from. And our shower head just connected to the side of the truck there via suction cup hook. And I'm going to go and have a shower in a minute. We'll see how we go, but I'm not filming it.
You better tell them there's no one here.
Oh, and there's no one around. as you would have seen earlier, we've got this whole joint to ourselves, so I'm not a shy person. Scare a few of the wildlife. And thanks to the magic of editing, my shower's done. So I boiled up about 25 litres of water for that shower. And I reckon I got about 5 minutes out of that, which I thought was pretty good for a camp shower. Good pressure, was nice and warm. I do actually have the hot water, the plug-in hot water service that goes with that, if I had wanted to use it that way. Maybe if we're staying longer at a certain camp, plug the hot water into I've got a spare gas bottle there, and could have done it that way and had an even longer shower. That was fantastic. But yeah, if you're staying off grid and you're doing it on the cheap like us, you don't mind a bit of river water. Once it's boiled, it's fine. It's the way to go. It's going to save you your water in your van. Catch me soon for more tips. Oh, Claire's been onto a couple of them. She's got a couple of them mud marlins out of the Darling. Yeah. She's the only one that's been catching fish.
Nay!
Even if they are only caught carp.
Nay!
Yay.
Moving day.
going?
Yeah.
We don't actually know. I've got a vague idea. We just packed up from camp out at Mays Bend. Spent 4 beautiful days out there. Great little camp. So keep that one on your list, people. If you're looking for somewhere, it's a free camp, right on the river, on the Darling. Great little spot, plenty of firewood. Alright, so we're heading into back into Bourke at the moment. We're going to do the obligatories of water and toiletries. We're going to drive out to where the fish traps are, and I think that's where the Barwon River sort of ends. So I guess the Barwon River ends there, and the other river, I can't think of its name at the moment, joins it, which obviously is the start of where the Darling is. I think it's about 50 k's out, 40 50 k's out. So we're going to go and have a look at that. We are heading towards Lightning Ridge after that. Whether or not we start, I think we're going to stay somewhere in between. It's a fair drive out to Lightning Ridge from here.
And you don't want to go too far.
And, you know, we're not in a hurry. We're not in a hurry. And we might find a nice place somewhere between there and here and there. So anyway, we'll get these out of the way, and we'll probably catch us next at the fish traps.
Beautiful.
Talk to you soon. So we are here in Brewarrina on the Barwon River. Barwon. And of course the Barwon and the Kalgoa rivers are the two that meet back up at the confluence that form the Darling. And this is the Brewarrina fish traps. I believe they were originally formed a long time ago to catch fish in the little rock pools they've made up here. So of course, go back quite a ways. We'll see if we can get up that way a little later. And as the fish come down, they get caught in these little rock pools, or did at the time. And this is where the locals would gather their fish from, allegedly. Well, we went into Brewarrina. Had a look at the fish traps and what have you. Filled up with fuel. Claire took a picture of the echidna on the wall.
Yay.
And time was sort of pushing on a bit.
Yeah, we're normally closer.
Yeah, I know.
We haven't had an argument or
No, I just couldn't be fucked moving. Couldn't be stuff moving.
yeah, better.
Anyways, we camped up just out on the edge of town, a place called 4 Mile, just on the edge of Brewarrina. And excuse me if I pronounce my towns wrong, I don't know. They've got some funny names out.
You were telling me how to
But I'm pretty sure it's Brewarrina. We are right on the banks of the Barwon River.
What in Geelong?
Not the Barwon River in Geelong, obviously. A long way from there. Pretty little place. Must be quite deep because they're running boats up and down here. So if you get down on the bank there, well, you can get down on the bank. It might be worth a fish. That's a pretty little place though. Another free camp. Love our free camps. This one's only an overnighter for us, so we're not setting up much. So when you first come into this camp, there's a whole bunch of them down the other end. If you continue past them, there's a little track that comes down to where we are, which is the end of the line basically. But we've got it all to ourselves, there's no one around. But this will do us for tonight. And we're going to push on tomorrow to Lightning Ridge. But I think we're taking a back road to Lightning Ridge tomorrow. I'll check on the maps later. We'll have a look. Talk to you soon. We just stopped into Gadoga. Just for a bit of lunch. Claire cooked up a couple of sangers in the back of the van. And we're not far from heading, we're about to head off to Lightning Ridge. There's not much here. There is an artesian swimming pool, but it's a very, very commercialised thing. It's not like your artesian baths out the back, so we're going to give that a miss for the moment. And we're going to start pushing on towards Lightning Ridge. And we'll just see how we go. We were planning on taking the back roads into Lightning Ridge, but apparently they're all closed due to weather, although we haven't seen any of it. Anyway, we'll see where we end up. We'll talk to you at the next stop.